Roger on Union 121. 34, 1-2-34, come in. 4, you're en route to the battery, suspect 318 East 3rd Street. Roger, it's on your screen, 318 East 3rd Street. In the parking lot.
Hi guys, this is Mark from Successful. I'm here with Rich and
Hello.
We're here for this week's Covert coaching.
We are. And so what are we doing today then? What are we
So we're
talking
going
about
to
today?
be talking about people being completely delusional.
Yeah, that's some funny stuff that you see,
Some
don't you?
funny stuff, especially on Facebook,
Yeah.
Facebook Lives, Facebook comments. Now, and it all comes back to this positive thinking. Being positive about what you're trying to achieve, positive about whatever it is you're doing, which is great, and it's a really, it's a really great state of mind to be in. But keep it real.
Yeah.
It's so important to keep it real, people. If you set yourself up to fail, some people just come up with these numbers and things they want to do. So, I'm going to have £1 million month. I'm going to, I'm going to take on 75,000 new customers this month and thing. And you're just setting yourself up to fail. I mean, keep it real.
There's the other end of the spectrum is when you're being delusional about what you've done or where you are.
Yeah,
So-
people who put on events and there was 1,000 people there when clearly it was 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
of cutters all around the back.
It was
No,
just-
but some people do. I mean, just because you're in a room that holds 1,000 people doesn't mean there was 1,000 people there.
No, but I read this thing this morning. I think it was Gary Vaynerchuk put it up, and he said the thing that we all want is actually it wasn't him. So I apologise, Gary, because I know you're watching. It was someone put it up. He said, "All we all were looking for is more," and I think that is right in a certain sense. But it seems to be like more. I want to do 1 million subscribers. I want to be.
It's back to
where
what
did this
we
come
were
from?
talking about last week about it's always got to be the extremes. It's always got to
yeah.
be. We can't just have enough, or we can't just set a sensible goal. Everyone's got to have this goal of like filling, I don't know, Wembley.
Yeah,
I'm
going to fill Wembley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sold 7 tickets to my last event,
Yeah.
but next year I'm going to fill Wembley.
I'm going to double it. For every year, for that 7, I'm going to double it, and then I'm going to fill Wembley.
Yeah.
So how old are you going to be by then? Yeah. You didn't think about that bit. But it's the delusion of
It's
what...
okay. Well, it's okay. It's okay thinking about filling Wembley one day, but it's not going to be the next 12 months.
But why? Why would you need to? This is the thing, is that why do you feel lacking if you don't fill Wembley? Not many people do that in their life. Does it matter?
Well, it depends if it matters to you or not. It's
Yeah.
a very
Why does it matter?
egotistic thing, isn't it? It's when you start doing it for that sort of reason, you're doing it for the wrong reason. If you're doing it for the right reason, that'll happen anyway.
It'd be a byproduct.
It'll be a byproduct of doing well at what you do.
Yeah.
But actually setting that as a goal when you're struggling to fill, the village hall.
Yeah.
Is you're just setting yourself up to fail. In 12 months' time, you're going to be disappointed you never achieved it. And there's so many people out there just doing ridiculous targets, setting targets that they're just never going to do them.
No, and it doesn't, and it's not conducive to where they say they want to go or what they want to do. It doesn't need to be that on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
That's huge scale. I mean, when you need to earn, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to earn this a year, do you actually need it? Like, do you want to put yourself under that much pressure? If I make 800,000 this year, I'm a failure.
Yeah, because I didn't do the million I
didn't do
said
a
I was
million.
going to. But also, most of the people who say about doing £1 million this year are the ones who say about it's not about the money, it's about my why and this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's the other side of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just don't set a goal, regarding money. Don't set a goal regarding the number of followers, the number of people you serve, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just do, if you're doing it for the right reasons, all of that are byproducts of what you're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
But I think it's just so many people set themselves up for failure, and failure really quickly as well, because and again, this goes right back. Do you remember at the beginning of the year we done a podcast about New Year's resolutions, and people who set ridiculous targets. They've never been in a gym in their life, but they're going to go for 2 hours a day, 7 days a week for the rest of their lives. And within a few weeks they run out of energy and they give up.
Yeah.
And they set themselves an unachievable, unrealistic target with no end date, with no final sort of yes, I've achieved it. And the only option they've got is to fail.
So if I said to you, like, what do you want to earn a month, and you said something ridiculous like, this month I want to earn 60 grand this month, and I go, well, that's probably not possible, would you say that I'm being negative?
Well,
Am I being negative for saying that? Like,
I think it's the way you come across it, rather than saying...
probably negative then, to be honest. Yeah.
No, it's been... To say it's not going to happen is being negative. To say that...
Right.
To say... If I was coaching somebody said that, I'd normally come back and say, right, so how are you planning on achieving that?
See, this is why you're a coach.
Yeah.
I'm just going
I wouldn't just sit there and laugh at them and go, just shut up, you're being silly. I'd come back and say, right, so how are we planning on achieving that? What are you basing that figure on? Are you basing it on the fact you've done? I mean, if you were doing 50 grand every month and you come to me and say, I'm going to do 60 grand this month, I'd go, good luck.
Yeah.
If you're doing nothing... If you're literally struggling to get out of bed in the morning, and next month you decide you're going to do 60 grand, I would question what you're basing that on, where you've got that figure from, what your plans are, how you're going to achieve this target, and when you do achieve the target, what you're going to set as your next one.
The thing is, when you've got that why, that term, my why, is you're not doing it for the money. You're doing it to solve that problem.
That's it.
Because that's a problem you've had for yourself. Like,
well, this is all entrepreneurs, problem solvers.
Yeah.
Finding the problem, solving the problem. The money you get for solving that problem is a byproduct of it.
Because people pay you the fact that you've solved a problem for them, and their life's
the bigger the problem, the more money you're going to make.
Yeah.
But it is a byproduct of it, and people who start off by setting a financial goal are really just setting themselves up for failure. So.
Yeah. I think what we've done it. There isn't that no delusion of that we're going to have thousands of subscribers over the day. I mean, it's growing every time. I mean, we just interviewed someone with 1 million, over 1 million YouTube subscribers. I mean, for us to interview them in a year is quite amazing. Really, it is amazing. But look what we'll do in 2 years. But the pace of it.
But also people who have actually got 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
People that have actually got people following them and doing stuff. You know, we put a lot of our stuff straight onto our website, and a lot of people view it on there. But actually, like YouTube channel and things like that, we're not getting hundreds of thousands of views and things. That's not what we're doing it for.
It's not who we are. We're not YouTubers.
No, it's a different thing. So
it's a business to help coaches and people interested in self-development.
So it's not. I'm not being delusional in thinking that we've got 500,000 followers or anything like that, and it's not. The numbers aren't why we do it. So it's completely different. So this week's Covert coaching is really, if you're have a look at what you're trying to achieve, have a look at your business, have a look at your targets, your everything that you've set out to achieve, and is it sensible, is it achievable, are you just kidding yourself? Are you setting yourself up to fail? Be honest with yourself, write these things down and decide, am I setting myself up to fail? Would I be better off just setting a target of £100? This month I'm going to do £100 worth of coaching.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one new client. Be honest with yourself. Have you actually got a new client in the last 2 months? If you haven't, just set that as a target for this month.
Yeah.
Don't worry about how much money, fill in Wembley in 2 years' time. Worry about getting one client next month.
What a strange concept, though. If you can't get one client, but you're worrying about filling Wembley. But that sounds delusional when you say it like that. But people are thinking
people are doing
like
it all the time.
And that's absurd.
People are doing it all the time, and there are so many people out there who they're how they see their growth is, that in 12 months' time they're going to be able to fill Wembley. And even Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, all those people, they have to put a lot of work in selling the tickets for the events they do, which are relatively small compared to Wembley.
Of course they are, because remember that there are big names in the self-development world, but people are really big names in the cooking world.
Yes,
it's a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
If you take them out of that pond, some people don't know who they are.
A lot of people. A lot of people.
My friends don't know who Tony Robbins is.
No. And most people who aren't involved in self-development in any way wouldn't know who Tony Robbins are, wouldn't know half the names out there, Grant Cardone, all these sort of people. They wouldn't know who they are.
Yeah.
And the only reason you would know who they are is if you're involved in self-development, or you've come across their name for some other reason. But
they don't walk down the street and the paparazzi don't follow them around. People don't know who they are. They're everyday people. In their job is that, and within that world they are big names. But I mean, I wouldn't know half the people that I see in films after. I wouldn't have a clue.
No.
It's like some of these bands, some of them you don't know. Coldplay, there's about 5 of them in there. Only know one.
I don't know any of them.
You don't know one of them.
It's an age thing.
Exactly, no, but I don't really. I only know one.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's all. This week I'd say to everybody, just have a look at what you're trying to achieve. Make sure it's sensible. If not, just set yourself a sensible target. You don't have to tell the world what the target is.
No.
Putting on Facebook that you're going to earn £1 million next week is, I mean, just to be honest, I think it just makes you look silly.
Of course it does.
I think people look at it and it's not this great big, aren't I positive, isn't this great? It's most people look at it and sort of can see straight through it, really.
Of course they can. Yeah. So set realistic goals. Try and write down and understand when you're being delusional.
You are so much,
and
the chance of achieving a goal once you write it down. And this is the idea of vision boards and things like that. If anybody does that, and we could actually do a podcast all about vision boards and things. But if you've written them down, if you've got it on the wall in front of you, if you've people who do mirror work and stick things on their mirrors that they see in the morning and things like that, the chance of achieving it goes up like 30 times.
Yeah, you say that. Michael Jackson used to write down 1 million sales on when he was recording Thriller, and no one believed him. And it's about 115 million now.
Yeah. So.
Although I think that happened after he died, but it worked.
But
it did happen.
It does. Yeah, it does. And it's just setting yourself a goal is really, really important. But one of the main things I'd always say about goal setting is keep it achievable.
Keep it achievable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we've been Successful, and so subscribe to us on all social media platforms. We're at Successful Global, and we shall see you next week.
18, roger.
Roger on Union 121. 34, 1 34, command. 4, are you in route to the battery, suspect 318 East 3rd Street?